Hi everyone and welcome to a new PoE video. I'm Koshido and today I want to give you some tips for your minions. By now you should already know how deadly the new Arch-Nemesis modifier are, and they are a problem for many builds, especially for minion builds, until you reach a certain gear level. For me the problem was zombies and Spectre kept dying, and resummoning them every 2-3 minutes is very annoying. I want to give you some pretty basic tips that may be overlooked from new players or players that approach minion builds for the first time. Tip number 1, this is for leveling. If you are using zombies while leveling, or if you are using my leveling build guide, you probably have noticed that zombies die a lot. This is because the new Arch Nemesis modifier, and to resolve that problem you can just remove minion damage and socket minion life instead. If you're not using them as a source of damage, you can eventually do a 4-link with zombies, specters, minion life and mid shield to make them very tanky. Tip number 2, remove the essence nodes. Essence monsters are very scary, and now with the new Arch Nemesis modifier they are even scarier. There are a few mods that together can make your minion explode. I even lost a couple of guardians to that. And if you think you're going to miss some currency by doing that, keep in mind that now with the new Arch Nemesis modifier they are even more tanky. You will take a lot of time to kill them, and by the time you kill 3-4 of those, you can run another map. Some alternatives to essences to make some currency are strong boxes, this one, the operative and the corrupted one, shrines to add more packs and add some shrines to help you out, this one here, and then you can go and take this one here and maybe this one. You can also add rogue markers. Eventually it's just a chest you have to click, so it is very rewarding with a little of effort, and you don't block it here. You can take this one, you can take this one, and maybe this one if you're near. You can also eventually take this one to have more chance to drop Conqueror's maps. There are plenty of ways you can make up for that loss. Tip number 3, get a +2 or +3 helmet as soon as possible. This is because with the +2 they gain a lot of base health, which is increased with your modifiers, and they become more tanky. Okay, just to show you some numbers, this is the PoB of my current character. So zombies now have 39k life. Without the helmet they go down to 32k life, which is a pretty big difference. Eventually you can also get a +2 helmet with the mod Socketed Gem are supported with level 16 minion life, and then you can remove minion life because this is our Respecter and Zombie setup, and use something like Mid Shield or Elemental Army or something like that to make them even more tanky. And yeah, the price for a +2 helmet is pretty cheap. This has some life, some res. Look for an empty prefix so you can craft +1 maximum number of skeletons. And for 5 chaos, you really improve a lot the survivability of your minions. Tip number 4, if you still struggle keeping your minions alive, get the gem level 21. As mentioned earlier, by increasing the gem level, we increase the base health of our minions, and the higher the level, the more base health they will gain. Since we have many sources to get +1 gems for our minions, the ideal way to scale up their health is to increase the gem level as much as possible. And if you're struggling to keep the minions alive, getting gem level 21 is the next upgrade you should do. The prices are not that high. You have 5C for the zombies, 35C for specters, and you have 45C for the Animate Guardian. This step is not mandatory. I'm telling you, if you still have problems to keep your minions alive, with a small investment you can get one extra level and they can be more tanky, maybe solving the problem for you. Tip number 5, get a +1 or +2 wand. And this is another way to get more level for our minion gems. And this is also very good because you will increase the gem level also of your summon skeletons, so they will deal more damage. A +2 wand can be pretty pricey at this point of the league, and this is why is ranked after the helmet and the gems. They are way cheaper. At first you can aim for a wand with +1 and minion damage. So you can get one kinda cheap, 90, 100C. And then when you have some currency, you can aim for the +2, which is 3.5x. And then if you want, or if you have enough currency, you can aim for a +2 and minion damage, or eventually a +2 and an open suffix, so you can craft the trigger. If you manage to get all these upgrades, you shouldn't have any problem to keep your minions alive by now. But if you don't have the currency to buy an upgrade, you can do lower tier maps for now. There are many strategies that can make you some currency even in low tier red maps or high tier yellow maps. And at that tier you shouldn't have any problem with your minion if you have the skill gem level 20 and maybe the +2 helmet, which is 5 chaos. Okay, I want to expand the topic of minion survivability to skeletons and guardian as well. For the skeletons, in my opinion, is pretty much mandatory you get these as soon as possible, because recently means past 4 seconds. So every time you summon your skeletons, for 4 seconds, they cannot be damaged. So they have 4 seconds of full DPS, and you can just resummon them every 4 seconds, and they are basically immune to damage. Regarding the Animate Guardian, in my Summon Skeleton PoE guide, I have a whole section talking about the equipment for the Animate Guardian, and I have a low budget, mid budget, high budget gear set. My experience with the Animate Guardian, I'm still using the low budget gear, which is all 1 chaos uniques. I had some problems with the essence monsters, but since they were killing all of my minions, I decided to remove them from the tree. And after that, I also got a +2 wand, and from that point on, I stopped having problem with the minion survivability. I waited to do upgrades because I wanted to test out this super budget gear to see where are the problems and where I should be careful with my guardian. The first upgrade will be, of course, the doppelganger guys is 1.5x, which is not that much, and it gives our Animate Guardian 30% less physical and cost damage taken while sane, and regenerate 10% life over 1 second when hit while sane. The Guardian will always be sane, so this is a flat bonus, pretty big bonus. The 30% less chaos damage taken is pretty important because we can't add chaos res to our Animate Guardian, and that's because the Flesh Crafter. Basically, minions convert 2% of the max life to max energy shield per 1% chaos res they have, and the Animate Guardian already has 20% base chaos res. And now with the new Archnemesis modifier, there are more chaos damage around the map, so it's pretty important to have a source to reduce chaos damage taken, just to be sure. The other option is to give him a Mask of the Stitched Demons with regenerate 1% life per second per 500 maximum energy shield. He already have a lot of energy shield thanks to the Flesh Crafter, and we also give him a chest like this with gain 12% of maximum life as extra maximum energy shield, so he gains a huge amount of energy shield and life regen. Usually I recommend to go with the Mask of the Stitched Demon because the Doppelganger guys is way pricier, but for some reason is cheaper, so go with the Doppelganger guys. The rest of the equipment for our Animated Guardian is the usual. If you want to see more detail, go check out my Summon Skeleton build guide. And that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want more content like this, and remember, stay safe, Exile.